Please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Passed unanimously. Close the session. We'll go over here.
Mr. Mayor?
Okay, thank you. Today, in a special session, the Wilmington City Council approved a settlement in the amount of $7 million in the case of Johnny Small versus the City of Wilmington, which is currently pending in federal court. Mr. Small was convicted in 1989 for the robbery and murder of a local pet shop owner named Pamela Dreher. In 2016, Superior Court Judge Douglas Parsons vacated Small's 1989 conviction after making a finding that the Wilmington Police Department detectives handling the case made several mistakes in the discovery process leading up to Small's trial, including not turning over possible evidence to the prosecution. Additionally, a key prosecution witness, who was Small's co-defendant at the time of the trial, has now recanted his original trial testimony. Judge Parsons did not find that Small was actually innocent of the crime, but granted him the right to a new trial. Based upon the approximately 28 years that Small has already served in prison, as well as questions regarding witnesses' credibility, the district attorney, Mr. Ben David, declined to prosecute him further and filed a dismissal of the charges in September of 2016. The settlement reached today reflects an acknowledgement that WPD detectives made procedural errors in the investigation of this particular case over 30 years ago. Both the city and the Wilmington Police Department are confident that this is an isolated incident and that there are currently many procedures and processes in place to ensure that mistakes like this do not happen again. We are disappointed to learn about this situation. This occurred 30 years ago and is not reflective of our current police department. We plan to continue moving forward and ask that the community to move forward with us, with the knowledge that our law enforcement personnel are out there working every day to protect and serve our citizens. I want to thank you, and I also have our city attorney and our city police chief here to answer any questions. At this time, I'll open up to any questions. I believe it would be coming out of the general fund.
What were the procedural errors that were made by WPD?
You want to come over this way?
Sorry. This is John Joy, our city attorney. J-O-Y-E is his last name.
The judge that vacated the sentence made some specific findings that exculpatory, meaning evidence that would tend to show that Mr. Small was not guilty, was not turned over to the prosecutor and therefore not turned over to the defense. Therefore, it did not come into the trial. That is what's known as a Brady violation.
Any other questions? Okay.
Does Chief Evangelist have some comments on the types of safeguards in place now to prevent this kind of?
Chief?
Yes. We record and videotape all of our interviews. We make every effort, and we have checks and balances in place to check and double check that all pieces of evidence that have to be pushed forward to the DA and to the defense gets done. We've looked at our processes and we've looked at other cases. We see no other violations. Again, 30 years ago, a whole different way of life and how police departments functioned then. Now, you would never have a murder case where the video evidence and audio evidence wouldn't be available. We just don't operate like that. The district attorney and us, we work close together, and he's adamant, as we are, that any discoverable information or evidence gets pushed forward, and that number is about 15 days. So there's a track of that. There's a computerized tracking of all of that. So all of that is in place today that was not in place then. And I feel extremely confident that this is not today's police department.
Has Small or his attorney been notified about the settlement amount?
I believe they have, yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you.